Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are getting into a stack of source material on a topic that I think gets to so many of us. Healthy habits. But, and this is important, we're not talking about that, that perfect lifestyle you see online.
Right, the 4 a.m. wake-up calls, the 10-mile runs before the sun is even up.
Exactly. None of that. This is for real people.
Precisely. And our mission here for you is to really dig into these sources that tackle that common feeling of being sluggish and, why we give up on new habits after just a few days.
Yeah.
And what we found is that the main point of failure, the thing everyone identifies, is this impulse to change everything at once.
Oh, the pressure cooker of change. I know it so well.
We all do.
You decide on Sunday, okay, Monday morning, I am a completely different human being.
Yep, new personnel.
I'm waking up early, I'm exercising, my diet is perfect, and I'm definitely not touching my phone after 8 p.m.
And it's an aggressive approach that is almost guaranteed to fail, isn't it? The friction is just too high.
Way too high.
And the sources, they're unanimous on this. They argue this all-or-nothing mindset. It's not inspirational. It's actually a structural flaw.
So this deep dive is going to unpack the secret then.
That's the plan. The counterintuitive secret, which is the incredible power of small, easy, realistic habits. We're looking for practical insights that build real action, not just, a temporary burst of motivation.
Okay, so let's start where I think most of us feel it first, the morning. I relate so much to that description in the sources of waking up tired, slow, and just having absolutely no motivation.
That feeling, that morning lethargy, the material actually calls it feeling sluggish.
Sluggish, yeah, that's the word.
And it's usually a direct consequence of something fixable you did the night before. The sources suggest that if you're waking up feeling foggy, it's often poor sleep quality or, too much blue light from your screen right before bed.
So you're starting the day already behind.
You're playing catch-up from the moment you open your eyes.
And we all know what we're supposed to do, right? Drink more water, sleep earlier, move your body.
Yeah.
But that gap between knowing and actually doing it, that's the real fight.
And that's what's so fascinating here. The source material reframes the solution entirely. It's not about having more discipline.
It's about having less friction.
Exactly. It's not about these huge, dramatic changes. It's all about small actions that add up over time. The key insight is to shift your focus away from perfection.
That 10 out of 10 goal on day one.
Right. And instead, focus on progress. Just moving the needle from a 0 to a 1. That's it. Every single day.
So if we're going with low friction, small habits, where do we start in the morning? The sources seem to really hammer this idea of controlling your environment.
They do. And specifically, our main distraction device.
The phone. The phone. The single most impactful small habit they highlight is phone management. The suggested change is pretty categorical. Get the phone out of the bedroom entirely. Okay, so you buy a cheap, simple alarm clock.
And you leave your phone charging in the kitchen or the living room, somewhere else.
The sources say this is hard at first, but then it becomes peaceful. But I can hear people listening thinking, that sounds terrifying. What about an emergency call or an urgent email?
And it directly addresses that fear. It sort of quantifies the actual risk versus our perceived anxiety. The anxiety we feel is often more about FOMO, that fear of missing out, than it is about any real emergency.
So by removing the phone, you're physically stopping yourself from getting that first dopamine hit of the day from scrolling.
You are. You're letting your brain actually rest and wake up naturally.
And once that barrier is in place, the rest of the morning routine gets a lot simpler.
It gets dramatically simpler. You enable a routine that's, they say a different thing of fancy, but it gives you an immediate win. You wake up, you stretch for just a minute.
Like just a big yawn and a reach.
That's it. Then you take one deep, purposeful breath, and you drink a glass of water. That's it. 4 small wins before your day has even really started.
Which brings us right to the next, habit hydration.
Yeah.
I was definitely one of those people who just ran on coffee all day.
And the source's fix for this is so simple and visual.
It's the water bottle rule, right?
It is. Use a big water bottle, and the rule is just to finish one before lunch and a second one before dinner. And this isn't just about hydration, it's a self-regulation tool.
How so?
Well, they note that we often mistake thirst for hunger, so this rule helps cut down on that mindless snacking we do when we're actually just dehydrated.
And the results they mentioned are pretty compelling. More energy in the afternoon, fewer headaches. Just feeling better overall.
It's a perfect example, a tiny microscopic change that creates these huge ripple effects in your body and your focus.
Okay, so from hydration, the sources seem to move right into movement. I guess fixing that morning sluggishness makes exercise feel less daunting.
It feels way less daunting because when people hear exercise, their brain conjures up this image of, structured pain.
Running for an hour on a treadmill
Hmm.
or lifting really heavy weights. The sources even say this image scares many people into just doing nothing at all.
The key then becomes redefining what movement even is. We have to stop thinking in terms of workouts and start seeing movement opportunities.
So movement is just movement. It doesn't have to be intense.
Not at all. Once you let go of that hour-long gym commitment idea, the barrier to entry just collapses.
So what are some of these easy, almost invisible actions that actually count?
The sources list a few great ones, things like always taking the stairs instead of the elevator.
Every single time.
Every time. Or parking your car just a little bit farther away from the store, or walking the long way to grab your coffee. They're things that don't require changing your clothes or blocking out time.
I was really drawn to the specific idea they had for a light, consistent walking habit.
Yes, the 15 to 20-minute morning walk.
Yeah.
It's a great bridge between waking up and starting work. But the real productivity hack they mention is something called walking calls.
Right. If you have a call that doesn't need video.
You just pop in your earbuds and walk while you talk.
Ah.
You're turning what would be passive screen time into active movement. You're stacking two tasks.
That's a great dual-purpose action. And the most encouraging part of this section for me was the simple math.
That even 20 minutes is much better than 0 minutes.
Exactly. The goal isn't to become an athlete overnight. The goal is just to not be inactive, to avoid zero.
Which means we have to talk about the biggest barrier, the thing the sources call our biggest weakness.
Phone screen time,
Yeah.
especially in the evenings.
It's where everything can fall apart. And the experience they describe is just so universal. You pick up your phone to check one little thing.
And suddenly 30 minutes are gone.
Gone. But the key detail the sources point out is that this lost time often isn't even enjoyable. It's not relaxing. They call it a consumption loop.
A loop driven by algorithms, not by your own choice.
Exactly. And that lack of presence bleeds into everything else, especially eating.
So how do we get that time back?
With a habit they call mindful eating. It's incredibly simple. You physically put your phone in another room when you eat.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep. The source found people were reporting that they were, and this is a quote, eating without tasting my food. Taking the phone away forces you to slow down, notice the flavors, and actually enjoy it.
And looking at the big picture, all this evening phone use just destroys your sleep quality, which brings you right back to feeling sluggish the next morning.
It's a vicious cycle. Poor sleep leads to stress, which makes you crave comfort food and make other unhealthy choices. It just feeds itself.
So the sources propose a countermeasure, a simple, non-negotiable bedtime routine.
A routine designed to send a clear signal to your body that it's time to rest. We need better signals than just hoping we feel tired.
So what does that low-friction routine actually look like?
It's 3 things that signal rest. First, dim the lights, like really dim them. Second, some light stretching, not a workout, just 5 minutes of gentle movement. And third,
Read a paper book.
a paper book. The physical act of holding it, combined with avoiding that blue light, gives your body the biological cue it needs to shift into deep, quality sleep. It pulls you out of that hyper-alert state. So let's put this all together for you, the listener. We've gone through 4 key areas: phone management, hydration, movement, and a sleep routine. And the final, and I think most critical message from all this is how to apply it. The secret is not trying to do all 4 of these things at once.
Because that's the same pressure cooker we talked about at the beginning.
Exactly. The practical advice is to choose just one single habit. Maybe it's the glass of water in the morning. Maybe it's leaving the phone out of the bedroom. And you just try it for 1 week. That lowers the barrier to almost nothing, and it reinforces that core philosophy. No pressure, no perfection, just progress. These habits should support your life, not control it. They should feel like an upgrade, not a punishment.
We're aiming for sustainability, not some kind of health martyrdom.
Right. If you can keep one small habit for a week, you build trust in yourself, and then maybe the next week you can stack on another small one.
And since the sources really emphasize the benefit of focused attention, enjoying your food, focusing on a book, I want to leave you with this thought. Think about the compounding effect of all those little moments of presence you get back just by putting your phone down. This is all great knowledge, but it's only valuable if you apply it.
So think about this. What one single minute of your day could you intentionally reclaim and be fully present for starting today?